In the open source world, there's this really fascinating battle happening right now over the future of your personal AI assistant. But this isn't just about which app is better. It's a fundamental clash of ideas that could really define how we all interact with AI for years to come.
And look, what we're talking about here is so much more than just a software rivalry. It's really a fundamental conflict in design philosophy. Do we want our AI agents to be these all-powerful, feature-packed giants, or do we want them to be lean, lightning-fast specialists? That question, that's the core of this whole thing. So, in this fight, we've got two clear contenders. On one side, you have the Titan OpenClaw, this massive, dominant force that basically became the standard overnight. And on the other side, the rebel, Nanobot, a nimble challenger built specifically to counter the giant. It's a true David versus Goliath story, playing out in real time in lines of code. But hey, to really get why the rebellion even started, you got to understand the empire, right? So let's start with the Titan, OpenClaw, and see just how it rose to dominance so quickly. I mean, the ambition here is just staggering. We are talking about a true Jarvis-level assistant. It connects to everything from your WhatsApp to Slack, it remembers your conversations for months, and it can even take real action on your computer. The promise was an all-in-one agent that could plan and book an entire trip for you all from one little prompt. It's honestly no wonder it went viral. Okay, but all that explosive growth, it came with a side of chaos. The project actually burned through several name changes in a really short time. It went from ClaudeBot to Moltbot, and then finally to OpenClaw. All this confusion kind of hinted at the immense complexity and the growing pains that were happening just beneath the surface. And this number, this one number right here, it pretty much explains everything, the source of its incredible power and all of its problems. Over 400,000 lines of code. Now this massive code base is what enables all those amazing features, but it also makes the project heavy, incredibly complex to set up, and a real headache for developers to try and modify. So right into this world of, overwhelming complexity, a challenger steps onto the scene. Nanobots showed up as a direct response, a rebellion against all that bloat. And let me tell you, they were not subtle about it at all. The developers literally call it the ultra-lightweight ClaudeBot right in their official documentation. This isn't just another project, it's a statement. Their mission is crystal clear: offer the core power of an AI agent, just without all the weight. So, how do they pull this off? Well, remember that 400,000 number for OpenClaw? Nanobot clocks in at just about 4,000 lines of code. That's a staggering 99% reduction. It's a complete rethinking of what's actually essential. And this minimalism, it has a huge impact in the real world. Forget about those complex installations. Getting Nanobot up and running is this super simple 3-step process. You just clone the code, install the packages, and run one setup command. It's built for developers who just want to get started right away, without all the hassle. All right, so we've got our Titan and our Rebel. Let's put them side by side and see how they really stack up across the metrics that matter the most. Just looking at this, the story becomes crystal clear pretty fast. OpenClaw is way bigger, it has a richer ecosystem, but Nanobot takes the win on performance, how easy it is to set up, and how easy it is to modify or hack. But honestly, a table doesn't quite capture the sheer scale of the difference. But this bar chart tells the whole story in a single picture. I mean, look at that. This isn't just a small difference, right? It's like a Grand Canyon-sized gap in complexity. This one visual perfectly represents that deep philosophical divide between the two. One is a skyscraper, and the other is a precision-engineered tool. So what does this all actually mean for you? Well, it really depends on who you are. OpenClaw is a power user's absolute dream. If you're willing to tackle the complex setup, you get an ecosystem that's second to none. Nanobot, on the other hand, is a developer's delight. Its simplicity means you can easily swap out the AI model, build a custom tool to analyze real-time data, or maybe integrate it into a larger workflow. It puts you in complete control. So is Nanobot really the destroyer of OpenClaw? Well, the reality is a lot more interesting than that. This isn't about one tool replacing another. It's about the evolution of the entire field. You see, this whole thing plugs directly into this timeless debate we have in technology. Maximalism versus minimalism. Do you want the Swiss Army knife that does everything pretty well? Or do you want the razor-sharp scalpel that does one thing perfectly? OpenClaw is the knife. Nanobot is the scalpel. So at the end of the day, Nanobot doesn't kill OpenClaw.
What it does is enrich the entire ecosystem by offering a clear choice. For the first time, users have a real fork in the road, a point where you can choose a new direction. You can take the path of ultimate power, or you can take the path of elegant simplicity.
And really, that brings the whole question back to you, doesn't it? As this new landscape starts to take shape, what do you value more? Are you looking for the all-encompassing power of the Titan, or do you prefer the focused, hackable simplicity of the Rebel? The answer is going to shape the future of our digital companions.